Good morning, everyone. Let me give you a glance at what we have discussed in last session. We have started with subqueries. And what do you mean by subqueries? Query inside a query. And in subqueries, we have seen the categorization. And what is that? Single row subquery, multi-row subquery, and correlated subquery. What do you mean by single row subquery? When your subquery will only return one row, then we have to consider as a single row subquery. What do you mean by multi-row subqueries? When your subquery will return multiple rows, then we have to consider as a multi-row subquery. So please have a focus here. So types of subqueries, we are having single row, multi-row, and correlated. Today you will understand what do you mean by correlated subquery. We have solved question also. Just take a look here. This question we have already solved, right? Write a query to display the department and the first name for all employees who works in the same department in which Jennifer works. This question we have already solved. Take a look over here. Write a query to display the salary of all employees whose salary is greater than the average salary. This also we have solved. Write a query to display the names of employees who work in the same department as the employee with the highest salary. How many subqueries we have written for this? 2 subqueries we have written, and you understood we can have multiple subquery. Yes, but as a main query, how many main query we can have? Only one. Write a query to display the departments who don't have any employees working in it. This question also we have solved. So for this question, our subquery, how many rows it has returned? For this query, multiple rows it has returned. Now just take a look here and please try to attempt this. How many of you got the result? One. Okay. See, whenever you are writing any query, you have to map your result, the data which is present inside your table. So please do it. You will get to know that your query is correct or wrong. Okay? What this question is asking about, first of all, write a query to display the employee. We have to display the employee who have a salary greater than any employee in department 21. For example, please focus here. In this question, what is the salary of department 21? Do we have mentioned over here? No, right? So first we have to get what is the salary which is present in department 21. That information we have to get first. How we can get that? How we can get? Select salary from employee where department ID equals to 21. This only we have to write because we have to get all the salary which is present in department 21. For example, this query has written to us, please focus, this query has written 100, 150 and 50. Now, how many rows it has written to us? 3 rows, because we can have multiple employees also in department 21. Yes, there is a chances we can have. Now, what we have to do, we have to compare with other salary, whatever present in our table. For example, we are having a salary here, 200, 300, 250, 100, 150 and 50. Now what we have to find? We have to find a salary which should be greater than any of them. Understood? Now please focus over here. If we will compare 200, then 200 can be a part of result. Yes, because 200 is greater than 100. Understood? Means any of them it should be greater. Either 100, either 150, either 50. Now 200 will be the part of result. Now please observe here, we are having 300. Now we have to compare 300 with this salary. Now 300 is greater than 100. Yes, 300 is greater than 150 also. Yes, so what I will do, I will put 300 here. Now please focus here, 250. 250 is greater than 100 also. Yes. Now what I will do, I will put 250. Now please focus here, 100. 100 is greater than 100? No. 100 is greater than 150? No. But 100 is greater than 50 because any of them it should be greater. Understood? So 100 I will put here. Now focus. 150. 150 is greater than 100? Yes. 150 is greater than 100. Now please focus here. 50. 50 is greater than 100? No. 50 is greater than 150? No. 50 is greater than 50? No. So that is why 50 should not be the part of the result. Understood? So whatever salary we are having, it should be greater than either of the any salary in department 21. It can be greater than 100 also, or 150 also, or 150 also, or 50 also. Understood? So that is what we have to find. But the main question will come. This is our inner query. What can be the outer query? See, with the help of inner query, we got this result, and this result only we have to pass to our outer query. But the main question will come, what can be the outer query here? What can be the outer query? Yes? See, first of all, you have to see your select statement. What we have to display? Employee. It means we can display name, first name and last name. Let's do that. Select first name and we have to select last name. From which table we have to select? From employee. Now what we have to compare with all this result? What we have to compare? Salary we have to compare. Understood? What we have to compare? Salary. Salary should be greater than this. Understood? Either it can be greater than 100, 150 or 50. So what I will do? I will compare salary, where salary should be greater than. Now please focus. If you will apply greater than operator, it will not give you a correct result. Understood? Everyone? Now what we have to do? We have to use greater than any. What we have to use? Greater than any operator we have to use. So that is what I am using here. So we have one operator whose name is greater than any. Understood? Everyone? Which operator we have to use? Greater than any. Because any of the salary should be greater than. That is why I have used greater than any. Understood? So did you understand what is the scenario here? Everyone? Now what can be the query for this? This is only we have to write. Yes, this is only we have to write. Let's write in our command prompt. So please focus here, those who are writing something. First step, what we have to follow here? First we have to redirect to our database. Which database we were working on? Tab Academy. Now what we have to do? We have to write our outer query. In outer query, what are the things we have to display? First name we can display and last name we can display. E_f name. From which table we have to display? From employee. What we have to compare? Salary we have to compare. Can we write like this? Salary is greater than? No, we cannot write like this. What we have to put? Any. Now what we have to write next? Inner query, what we have to write here? Select salary. From which table? From employee, where department ID equal to 21. How many rows we got here? 10 rows. So these all are the employees whose salary is greater than any of them in department 21. Now, if I will use just greater than operator, then what will happen here? If just I will use greater than operator, then what will happen? Let's have a look here. what it is giving to us or what it is returning to us? Subquery returns more than one row. So if your subquery will return more than one row, your greater than operator will not work. Understood? Because there is a chances that our subquery can return more than one row. If you want a proof, you can execute your subquery individually. Understood? So how we can execute? Select salary from employee where department ID is equal to 21. How many salary it is returning to us? 3 salary it is returning to us. Understood? It means 3 rows it is returning to us. It means multiple rows. Understood? That is why we have used greater than any operator. Understood everyone? And if you want a proof, you can display salary also of all the employees, and you can map with a data which is present inside a table. Understood? So this cross checking you have to do every time whenever you are writing a query. How many records we got over here? 10 records. And whatever records we got, it is satisfying our condition that what we have given. Have you tried this in your laptop? So please focus here. Just try to attempt this one. First, try to understand the question, what this question is asking about. So how many of you have written this query? Okay. This one. Correct. Wait.
Correct or wrong, sir? Correct or wrong, sir?
What?
Correct or wrong, sir?
Wrong. Correct. Wrong. I don't know why you guys are using greater than any operator. Greater than any operator you should not use. Write a query to display all employees. Please focus here. Who have a more salary than all employees in department 24. What this question is sensing, please focus. Now greater than all employees in department 24. For example, in department 24, we can have one employee also or multiple employee also. For example, in department 24, we are having multiple employees and this is a salary of all employee. So how we can compare here? Please focus. 200. 200 is greater than 100? Yes. Now again we have to check with 150. 200 is greater than 150? Yes. 200 is greater than 50? Yes. Then only 200 should come in the result. Understood? So what I will do? I will put 200 here. Now check with 300. Is 300 is greater than 100? Yes. 300 is greater than 150? Yes. 300 is greater than 50? Yes. So then only 300 should come in the result. 250. 250 is greater than 100? Yes. 150? Yes. 50? Yes. So 250 should come in the result. Now compare with 100. 100 is greater than 100? No. 100 is greater than 150? No. 100 is greater than 50? Yes. But it should be greater than all. Understood? So 100 will not come in the result. So over here we have to compare with every salary, and from every salary 100 should be greater, then only 100 will come in the result. This is not any, this is a all. Understood? So we have to satisfy all the salaries over here. It should be greater than all the salaries. Understood? So 100 will not come in the result. Now 150. 150 is greater than 50? Yes. 150 is greater than 50. 150 is greater than 150? No. 150 is greater than 100? Yes, but 150 is not greater than 150. It means it has not satisfied one row. So 150 will not come in the result. Understood? Now come with 50. 50 is greater than 50? No. 100? No. 150? No. So 50 will not come in the result. Only this salary will come into the result, because it should satisfy all the salaries, whatever we are having in department 24. Understood? This is not any, this is all. So what we have to do? Instead of putting any, we have to put all. So greater than all operator we have to put. Understood? So and this should be your query. And please focus here. For this subquery, we cannot give guarantee that it will return us a multiple row. It depends on data. Either in department 24 we can have one employee also, or in department 24 we can have multiple employee also. So over here we cannot say that our subquery will return multiple row. It depends on data. Understood? So please focus here. What we have to write first? Select. What we have to select? Name we have to select. So first name we can take, and we can take last name. From which table we are selecting this? From employee. What we have to compare? Salary we have to compare. Salary should be greater than all employees. And from which department we have to compare this? From which department we have to compare salary? Salary we have to compare from department 24, where department ID equal to 24. Only one employee we got, Thomas. Understood? So those who wanted to write this, they can write. And many of them, what they have done, they have just put greater than operator. See, over here this query will return only single row, because in department 24 we are having only one employee. But there is a chances that in department 24 or in department 22 we can have multiple employee. If subquery will return multiple employee, then your greater than operator will not work. Understood? Everyone? So over here it will work if you will put greater than operator. But if your subquery will return multiple rows, that time greater than operator will not work. Understood, everyone? So like this, if you will put here, please focus. So what most of them has done here, they put like this. From employee. Right now it is working. Why it is working here? Because your subquery is returning only one row. Because in department 24 we are having one employee in our table. But if I will change the department, then it will not work. Understood? Yes? What happened? I will come. Now if I will put this, please focus here. Right now will it work? Please focus. Right now will it work? In department 23, how many employees we are having? How many employees we are having? 2. What it is saying to us? Subquery returns more than one row. So it depends on data. So for more precious, you have to put greater than all operator. You should not put greater than. Understood? Because you don't know then in department how many employees you can have. Understood? So what you have to put? Greater than all operator. So those who wanted to make a note, they can make. Now please attempt next question.
Hello.
How many of you have understood the question that what I have displayed? See, it is very simple. Write a query to display the employees who earn more than the average salary of their department. For example, if I am from HR department, now I am having a salary. So my salary, if my salary is greater than the average salary of HR department, then only you have to print me. Understood? But if I am from training department, then my salary should be greater than the average salary of training department, then only I should be in the result. Understood? So we should not compare with every department. Understood? So that is what you have to think, how you can write this. See, for this question, I want your 100% concentration. So please focus here. Now, I am taking one scenario here. We have a department ID. We have a department ID. For example, 21, 22, 21 again it is repeating, 22. In department, I am taking a salary also here. In 21, one employee is earning, for example, 100. In 22, one employee is earning, for example, 200. Again in 21, one more employee is earning, for example, we can take 300. And in 22, one more employee is earning 250. Now, what we should do first? We should have an average salary of each department. Now, what can be the average salary of department 21? What can be the average salary? 200 we can take. So what I will do? I will take an average salary of department 21. And what is that? 200. This is the average. Now, what can be the average salary of department 22? 225. 225. How many average salary we got here? 2 average salary we got here. One for department 21, one for department 22. Now we have one employee whose name is Jennifer. Whose name is Jennifer. And her department ID is 21. What is her department ID? 21. This is the first name. And Jennifer is earning, for example, her salary is, we can consider here, we can consider 400, she is earning. Now, what we have to find? We have to find employee who is earning more than the average salary of their department. She is one employee, and what is her salary? 400, means she is earning more than 200. Understood? So we have to compare with her department only. We should not compare with department 22. We should compare with department 21 only. Understood? And why we should compare with department 21? Because she belongs to department only 21. That is why we are comparing with department 21. We should not compare with average salary of department 22. Now we are having one more employee. We are having Thomas. And he belongs to department 22. And he is earning something called as 250. Now, from which department we should compare? Thomas, from which department we should compare? We should compare only for 22 only, not for 21. Because Thomas only belongs to 22 department. Understood? And that is what we have to find. We have to find such employees who is earning more than the average salary of their department. Understood? It means Jennifer is earning more than the average salary of her department. It means Jennifer should be in the result. Again, Thomas, he is earning more than the average salary of his department, which is 22. So Thomas should be in the result. Understood? That is how we have to find. Think how we can get. Understood with the scenario? We should not compare with every department. If Jennifer belongs to department 21, then we have to compare with department 21 only. If Thomas belongs to department 22, then we have to compare with department 22 only. And what we have to compare? Average salary. That is what we have to compare. Now, in department 22, we are having one more employee whose name is Nancy. And what is Nancy's salary here? 200. Now, Nancy's salary is not greater than the average salary of Nancy department. Now, we should take Nancy in the result? No, we should eliminate Nancy. Understood? This also you have to think. We should only take such employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of their department. Understood? So, here we should not take Nancy, because Nancy's salary is less than the average salary of Nancy department. Understood? So we have to eliminate Nancy. See what we have to compare here. What we have to compare? Salary we have to compare, but as a condition, what we have to give? Department ID. Yes, see, salary we are comparing, but in condition, what we can take? As a condition, what we can take? Department ID only we can take, because department ID should match. Yes, department ID of Jennifer should match with this department ID. So department ID we can take in our condition. Understood? How to take? Please think. See, we have to compare salary, but that department ID should be matched. Understood? See, whatever is coming in your mind, whatever query is coming in your mind, just convey it to me. I will write here. What we have to display first? Select what we have to display? Display the employees. We can display first name and last name we can display. First name, E underscore, last name we can display. From which table? From employee. What we have to compare here? We have to compare salary. Salary should be greater than average salary. Where we have to put average salary? Here only we can put. Select average salary from which table? From employee. Now what we have to write as a condition after employee? Department ID. Where department ID, what we have to do? Equals to department ID. Now over here they are asking from their department. If it means we have to do grouping also. Understood? From their department we have to take. So what we should do? We should perform grouping. Group by department ID. Now my friend, if you will write this query, then it will not give you a correct result. Why it will not give you a correct result? Please focus here. For a same table employee, yes, same column department ID, same data which is present inside your department ID, we are comparing. We are comparing same data. Understood? And whatever we are comparing from a same table only we are comparing. Understood? Now it is not possible over here. Understood? So from a same table, from a same column, from a same data, you cannot compare. What you have to do here, please focus. Department ID, that department ID and this department ID, that what it should match, right? Now what I will do, I will take this department ID column from a different table. What I will do? I will take this department ID column from different table. Now you will ask, sir, where we are having a different table? You are taking employee in your main query also, and in your inner query also you are taking same table. But where we are having a different table? My friend, we have to create a different table. It means for a same table only, employee table only, I will be creating 2 copies. What I will do? I will create 2 copies of same table only, of employee only. Understood? And this department ID, I will take from the outer query, from a different table. And how to create a 2 copy of same table? Please focus here. Have you understood about column alias? Temporary name? That is what we have to follow over here. We have to use table alias. What we have to use? Table alias. Means temporary name we have to give for our table. Understood? What we have to do? We have to give temporary name for our table. So what I will do? For this employee which is present in our outer query, I will give even. What I will give? Even. Can we give like this? Yes, because next to our table directly I am putting even. This is one name that I have given. It means one copy I have created. One more copy I have to create for inner query. So what I will do? For this employee, I will give one another name which is E2. What I will do? I will give another name which is E2. And here you can put as also. If you wanted to put as, you can put. Now what I will do? First time that what I have used department ID, this column, I will take from this outer table. Understood? From which table I will take this column? From outer table. And what is the name of outer table? Even. Because over here we have already changed. Understood? So what I will do? I will use even. Now we have to penetrate inside this column. How we can penetrate inside this column? With the help of operators. Dot operator we have to use. So what I will do, I will use dot operator here. The moment I will put even dot did, I am accessing this table column. Understood? Everyone? Now we have to compare with this department ID, and this department ID I will take for E2. Understood? So over here I will write E2 department ID. What I will do? E2 department ID. Now here we are not comparing with same column. We have created two copy of same table, and one copy we are using over here, one copy we are using here. Understood? Everyone? Now this average salary we should take from E2 table. This average salary we should take from E2 table. So that is what I will write here. This I will take from E2 table, E2 dot salary, and this I will take from E1 table. This I will take from E1 table. Now here we are not comparing in same table. What we have done? We have created a two copies. Understood? Now internally it will not affect your table. Internally your table name will be employee only. But for this moment, for fetching our result, for that purpose only, what I have done? I have created a two copy of same table. Now over here, whatever salary we are having of department, from their department only we should get the average salary. Understood? Because here we are comparing department ID. It will not give from other departments. If Jennifer belongs to department 21, then it will compare with department 21 only, not department 22, not department 23. Understood? If Thomas belongs to department 22, then it will compare from department 22 only. Understood? Everyone? So with the help of this only we are comparing the departments. And here we are getting the average salary, and here we are comparing the salary. That salary should be greater than the average salary of their department. And their department we are comparing over here. Understood? Everyone? Now this is your inner query, this is your outer query. So please focus here. This is your subquery we can consider, or inner query we can consider. This is our main query. Main or outer we can consider. Now whatever subqueries we have seen till now, in that your inner query will execute first. But my friend, this is a correlated subquery. What is this? This is a correlated subquery. And why correlated subquery? Because your inner query is completely dependent on your outer query. Because from where I took this column, DID? From where I took? From main query I took. And my friend, if you wanted to execute this inner query separately, you cannot able to execute. Understood? Till now, whatever we have done, whatever query we have seen, in that we can execute our inner query separately. But over here, we cannot execute our inner query separately, because inner query is completely dependent on our outer query. And why I have done this? Because I wanted to take the department ID from a different table. That is why I have created a two copies of a same table. Understood? And this department ID I am taking from the outer query, and I am comparing with department ID which is in inner query. Understood? And over here your inner query will not execute first. Understood? Your inner query will not execute first. The execution will happen parallelly. Understood, everyone? So for correlated subquery, execution will happen parallelly. And you understood that why I am saying correlated. So whatever query we have seen, single row or we have seen multi-row. For that, the execution will happen first for inner query or subquery, but in terms of correlated, execution will happen parallelly. Understood? And my friend, whatever query we have seen before this, you can consider them as non-correlated subquery. Understood? What you can consider them? Non-correlated subquery. Why non-correlated subquery you can consider them? Because whatever query you have solved before this, in that particular query, your subquery is not dependent on your outer query. But why this is correlated? Because your subquery is completely dependent on your outer query. Understood, friends? Everyone? And that is how you have to write. And why I have done group by? Because I have to take from each department. So that is why grouping is compulsory. Understood? And we wanted salary from their department only. We have to compare. That is why I have used this condition here. Understood? And this is your query. And over here, whatever I have done, please keep remember everything, because this is very much important for you. Understood? So what I will do, same query I will write in our command prompt. So please have a focus here. Now first, what we have to put here? What we have to write here? Select. What we have to display here? First name we have to display. Last name we have to display. From which table we have to display? From employee. But we have to create a copy. So what we have to give over here? Table alias we have to give. We can give even. And over here, your from will execute first in both of the query, as you know. And that is why first you are giving even. Even it has already been given, because first from statement will execute, then other statement will execute. Understood? So first time you have given the temporary name for your tables. Now what we have to compare here? Salary we have to compare from even table. Even dot salary. It should be greater than the average salary of their department. So what I will do? I will put my inner query. Please focus here. Select average salary. From which table we have to select? E2. E2 dot salary from employee. And I have used E2 here, but I will rename in from statement. And from statement or a from clause will execute first. Then your select will execute. Understood? So first from will execute. That is why we can do the renaming of this. So from employee, for same table employee only, I am creating one more copy. What I have to put? E2. Now what we have to compare here? Where department ID, this department ID we should take from outer query. And in outer query, what is the table name? Even, because we have already renamed our table. So even we have to put here. Even. And we have to compare with department ID. With which department ID we have to compare? With E2 department ID we have to compare, which is our inner query table. E2. Now what I will do? After where clause, I will perform grouping. Group by department ID. How many rows it has returned to us? 7 rows it has returned to us. And my friend, William is an employee who is earning more than the average salary of his department only, not with other department. Understood? Thomas is an employee who is earning more than the average salary of his department. Now you will say, sir, please give me a proof. How we can get a proof here? How we can get a proof? See, in our select statement, we can put department ID and salary. So what I will do, please focus here. The question that what I have displayed, for that question, this is a query. If you wanted to make a note first, you can make. Then after that, I will show you a proof. And just not make a note mechanically. Try to understand the each and everything here. Okay? So please focus here, everyone. This is a query of our question that what I have displayed. Now I wanted to give you a proof. So what I will do, in our select statement of our outer query, I will include department ID also. I will include salary also. Department ID and salary just I am including for a proof. Now from which table? Employee table. I will create one copy even. What we have to compare? Salary we have to compare. Even dot salary should be greater than average salary of their departments. From employee E2, where even dot department ID should be equal to E2 dot department ID. Last we have to perform grouping. Now what is the William department ID? 23. Yes. What is his salary? 45,000. It means, and why William is over here? Why William is in the result over here? Because William's salary is greater than the average salary of department 23. Now, I wanted to get the average salary of each department. Then only we can compare. How we can get an average salary of each department? Now, see, he is an employee who is earning 45,000, which is greater than the average salary of each department, means of his department. Now, how we can get the average salary of each department? What is the query for that? I have already conveyed. If I wanted to get the average salary of each department, how we can get? Average salary from employee group by. Very good. What we have to use? Group by. I hope that lack of revision is happening here. So we have to get average salary from each department. Each department means grouping is compulsory. Understood? What we have to do? Group by. So how we can put over here? And I wanted to display department ID also with average salary. I wanted to display department ID also. Means one common column I am using, which is department ID. Department ID, average salary. From which table? Employee. Now what we have to perform? Group by. Group by. Can we put first name here? Why we cannot put first name here? Why we cannot put first name? What? Very good, because first name is not present in a select statement. Understood? This is a second rule. What column is present with your aggregate function? That column only you have to include in your group by clause. Understood? So what I will do? I will put department ID. Now what it will return to us? Average salary from each department. Now my friend, please focus. What is the average salary of department 21? This is the average salary of department 21. Now what I will do? I will compare with the employees that what we got in department 21. In department 21, what is the salary? 45,500. Now, is it greater than the average salary in department 21? Yes. One more employee we got, 46,000. What is the salary here? 46. Now, 46,000 is greater than the average salary in 21 department. Yes. Understood? Now, please check over here. After 21, we are having 22. What is the salary? 37,875. Now, what we have to do? We have to map a data. In department 22. Where is the department 22 here? What is the salary of employee? 53,000. Now 53,000 is greater than this? Yes, 53,000 is greater than the average salary of his department. Now what we are having? 23. What is the average salary? 28,500. Let's focus here. Where is department 23? Is it greater than the average salary? Yes. Now, do we have any other? No. Only one we are having. Now in department 23, how many employees are working? How many employees are working? Only one. In department 23, how many employees are working? 2 employees are working. But how many employees we got over here? Why we got 1 over here? Because only William's salary is greater than the average salary. 1 more employee we are having. But his salary is not greater than the average salary of department 23. Here, that what we are doing the mapping of a data. Understood? Now what we are having next? 24. What is 24 average salary? 55,000. Do we have 24 department in our result here? Why we are not having 24 in our result? Because in department 24, how many employees are working? Only 1. And 1 employees are working. And what is the salary? Same as the average salary. Because only 1 employees are working. So that salary can be the average salary also, max salary also, min salary also. Because only 1 employee. That is why over here it is not present. Understood? Now what is the next department here? 25. What is the average salary? 18,750. Please check it out over here. 25. Do we have? What is the average salary? What is the salary? 19,500. Is it greater than the average salary? Yes. Now please check it over here. 26. What is the average salary? 50,000. Department 26. Do we have department 26? Now what is the average salary? 50. What is the salary of an employee here? 50, 53 and 85. It means both the salaries are greater than the average salary of their department. Understood? Everyone? And this is known as a mapping of a data. Understood? How I am doing mapping? Whatever mapping I am doing, that I don't supposed to do over here. You supposed to do. But for your understanding, I am doing this mapping. Just for the clarity purpose. Understood? So whenever you are writing any query, you have to do the mapping of a data that what you are getting in the result. Understood? And that is how we can write a subquery, my friends. So which concept we have used over here? Correlated subquery, and we have used table alias. Because we wanted the salary from their department. That salary should be greater than the average salary of their department. We wanted. And which query will execute first? The execution will happen parallelly. Because this subquery will not execute first. Because this is completely dependent on your outer query. If you will execute this query separately, it will throw you an error. Definitely it will throw you an error. Because what is even? What is even? From where you took? If you will execute this separately, it will throw you an error. But whatever query we have seen before, that query we can execute separately. But this query, this subquery, you cannot execute separately. Understood, everyone? Great. And this is your last question that what we have to deal with in subqueries. And if you know all these things, whatever I have taught in a class, you can solve any of the question related to subqueries. But you should know the concept. What is your single row? What is your multi-row? What is correlated subquery? And how to map the data over here? how to give the table alias over here. If you know this concept, you can able to solve whatever query will come. Understood? Because I taught in a class in great depth. In great depth, I have taught in a class, so that you will be having a more clarity on subqueries and or whatever queries I had deal with. Understood? Everyone? So this is the last question that what I have decided for you guys to solve in subqueries. So everyone has made a note for this? Everyone? Great. And one of the important concept that what we had dealt with today, your subqueries. Understood? Now after subquery, we are having concept called as joins. And joins is also one of the most important concept. Joins I will be starting from tomorrow. After joins, we are having something called as indexing we are having, views we are having, triggers we are having, stored procedure we are having, and normalization we are having. Understood? So all the concept which is in pending, that we will be discussing in the further session. Understood? But in tomorrow's session, I am going to start with joins. And joins is one of the most important concept in terms of SQL. First important concept you can consider subqueries, you can consider joins, you can consider function, you can consider group by, you can consider. So these all are the topics which is very much important related to your SQL. That as a fresher should know everything, and as a fresher they are expecting you guys to answer about all these things, that whatever you are learning. And please, whatever I am teaching, don't try to by heart everything. First understand the things, how the things are working. If you will by heart, then you will get forget. Understood? So first you have to understand, yes, what is table alias, why I am using, what is the purpose. So everything you have to understand. And see, whatever query I have written, this only not be the same query that what you should write. You can make your own approach, but query should be correct. Understood? Everyone? So here I am ending up my session. I will catch you in next session. And those who have not shown their assignments, please be seated. I will check one by one. Okay? Thank you very much.